just don't la 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 la. But
Hello and welcome to my vlog. I am William A. Rumley and this is my journey to writing. Stay tuned and enjoy this once a week vlog. Hello everyone and welcome back to the vlog. This week we got some exciting things to do with. I'm going to show you how I build book covers, and then we're going to talk a little bit about things you need to make decisions on and how you can generate them. And then we're going to talk about how to build a publication release and how I'm going to do it. And then some exciting updates coming. Stay tuned. Okay, so last week we talked about formatting the inside of the book for publications, and that is, of course, depending upon which of these guys you're going to publish with. They all have certain rules and different sizes. Same goes true with the cover. The big thing is you have to format the book first because you need to know how many pages the book has. When you have that, then you can go to these different providers, provide the information, and normally they will provide you a guideline or a template. And there's some important measures that are needed. That's why they need to know the number of pages. So I'm going to publish with Lulu, so I will give you a demonstration on what I do through Lulu. But again, if you go to Apple Books, Kodo, Amazon Kindle, or Ingram Spark, always read their websites and follow their guides. Okay, next step. Once you figure out who you're publishing with and you've gotten their guides or you got their templates, then you have to decide where you want to build it. There's a variety of wonderful choices, and no one choice is worse than the other. But you have to make a decision, and you have to be comfortable with the particular tool you use. Adobe runs a lot of wonderful tools that help you build these covers, but they do require a little bit more professional experience. Canva is a very, very easy tool, and it produces very high quality. And these are not the only tools. I personally am using Canva. Okay, so like I said, I'm using Canva. I'm using Lulu to publish with. I went to the lulu.com. I uploaded my interior of my book and evaluated it and determined the actual size that my cover needs to be. It provided me this template. Now let's take a look at the template. The template includes two or three key areas that must be preserved and reserved for the publication and printing of your book. You will notice that the template has a light blue square around the outside. That is called the bleed. Now, whatever you put that covers the bleed is going to be cut off by the printer. However, if you put your picture directly at the dark blue area and leave the bleed open, then that's also not good, because when you are printing a picture at exactly the edge, you could leave a white border on it. So what is best is you pull the picture over the light blue area, but realize that part's going to be cut off. Another thing to talk about is in the middle of the picture, you'll see that purple line. That is your bind. That is dependent upon the number of pages in your book, because when they print the book, this has got to wrap around those pages. And so that bind is a special or a specific spine area, and it's important you understand, especially if you would like your spine of your book to have a different color than the cover, and then maybe you want to put a title and your author name and stuff like that into the spine. That's where you get to work with. The other area I want to point out is the lower left-hand corner. You have the yellow box. That's where your barcode goes. Now, on Lulu, it says they will put the barcode on for you, but they actually don't. They actually generate the barcode, you download it, and then you have to put it in this area on your book yourself. I will demonstrate. I have some videos of me making this in the next slide. But a couple of points also say total total document size with bleed is the size you need to originally make your picture to. So for this one, trade paperback, it's 12.044 inches by 875 inches, or 305.92 millimeters by 222.25 millimeters. Um, Odd sizes, but remember, it's going to cut down and it's going to wrap around your text. And this is what they require. The dark blue area is simply the adequate margins. So if you're going to put text onto your cover, like your title and author name and the back text, it should not go into the blue area. These are just the indicators that they give you and makes it very easy. In the next slide, I'll show you how I do it. So this is Canva, and the video next to me is going to play and show you that I'm building the image. And here you see I've built the image to the specifications. I need to get my template. So I grab my template out of my computer. It's a PDF file. Now you see where I store all my files. I take my template and then I load it into Canva. It's a PDF or a PDF which is easily to use. I click and drag and push it into my document. I now have all my guidelines. The first thing I want to do is I want to put my painting into the background. I'm pointing out here the bleed and the spine, and that's important for you to understand where it goes. Then I'm looking for and finding my back or my cover image, which I have already previously uploaded into my Canva. I'm not going to do the entire book here with you. I'm just going to do a couple of key points and then in the next slide show you what to do. So here I've now put the image of the painting into the book, and now I'm stretching it out to fit the area. And notice I'm covering the bleed on all four sides. I'm leaving a gap at the bottom because I still want to put in a color strip where the spine is. So now I got to find that cover, I'm going to layer my painting so it's on top so that all the text that's in the PDF is underneath and will be hidden. Then I'm going to add a rectangle. So here I'm trying to find it. Rectangle, that one doesn't want to load, so I'll go to square. Well, no, I actually want a rectangle. Okay, it loads a rectangle. Beep. And you see I have the resizing bars on all the sizes, so that rectangle I can make exactly to the size I want, and I make it equal to that purple area. And cover it completely, including into the bleed. Inside that I can change the color, which I'm about to do. Then make the background the same size. I grab a color. I made it black here, but it's dark blue inside the original print. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to add the text layer, grab a heading, move it to where I want it to be. I can resize it, I can format it, I can do interesting things to it. And here I'll just type in the title. Remember the margin. So don't put it into the margin. You can always move the painting aside to see where that margin is. Here I'm trying to format it, but now you see you're going to do that for everything. So title, author, subtitle, background text, and then you also want to do things like add the ISBN number barcode. You put it all together here. And then that's how you can assign and work with it. You got to play with Canva a little bit until you can come up with it. And the next slide will show you how you take your final product out and how you turn it into a PDF for uploading to Lulu. So here now I've taken one of my actual finished works, and I point out that I have added all the text and the barcode. This particular sample, I have too long of a white background, so I would have to fix that. But To publish it, I go to download. I change it to PDF print. It's important. Then you flatten the image. Everything hidden will be removed. In this case, the sample has 2 pages, so I got to make sure I select the page I want to produce. And then here's one of the most important parts. I want to make it print ready, so I have to use CMYK. Now, a lot of people are like, well, RGB, CMYK, what's the difference? Well, let me put my teacher's hat on. When you are building a digital image for projection on a screen, it's using the screen's methodologies to make light. Red, green, blue is light spectrum. So every time you see red, green, blue, it's for an image for a screen. Movies are made with our red, green, blue. Videos are made with our green, blue. But when you want to print, there are subtle differences in moving from the color you see on the screen to the color you see on the paper. So they have a different color code for the paper called cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, CMYK. If you can convert your cover to CMYK, you save the printer the process itself, and you can be sure more likely of the outcome of the print. So here I've made it a PDF print, I've flattened it, and I've turned it into a CMYK color coding. It will generate a PDF that I will upload into the database, and then in Lulu, it takes my book, it takes my cover, and it generates a sample straight on the website that I can look at every single page to make sure I got everything realistically aligned, including seeing the output of the cover with the bleed and without the bleed. It's important to try that out. And then you would go through the process of filling in the metadata, and then you would finalize it. It does a ton of checks, and then finally it comes to a place where, okay, we can now allow you to order a sample. Most of these places require you to pay for the book to get the sample. And if you're going to be releasing it, you have to pay for a releasing publisher's fee. Usually in Lulu.com, it was $4.99 per book, per project. So that was fine. And that's where I am right now. I'm waiting for my samples to come in. And this is how I made my cover. I hope this is helpful for you. There are 1,000,001 videos on Canva use. If you don't know Canva, but you want to use it, watch those videos. They're very, very useful and very knowledgeable. One of the joys of building this book was having everybody align with me just as I met them or as I interacted with them. Um, as I was starting to write this book, I had the opportunity to meet Chris just in the general world. And he was so amazed at how excited I was on my project. And we talked about it. And then I found out he's a painter. And he has painted hard rock albums and paintings, and his genre matches my genre. So we got into discussing, can he make me a cover? And it was a great journey. Chris helped me vision this cover out. Chris helped me with many different tries, different processes. He put lots and lots and lots of hours into it. You may have seen earlier, Chris has gave me a video of his step by step on everything he did to make this cover. And now it's a painting hanging over my kitchen table, and I have all these scans he provided to me, scans of the front page, back page, scan of the entire painting, high quality, so I can use them in the cover productions. Working with an artist is one of the biggest successes I have in this book, along with my editor. It is important to note the political nature of producing a book these days. There is the capability of making AI images, which I use for the vlogs and which I use to um, make images to help me write with. And that seems to be a controversy. The important thing is, if you use AI to make your cover, you're going to have a backlash and you're going to lose a lot of your readers. So even if you use AI like I do for my vlogs or for making images for yourself to get envisioned into your story, use a real artist for your cover. It allows the cover to have something AI can't make, and that is the emotion. If you can look here and you can see the emotion, the terror in Everett's eyes, the alienness of the Euclidean, the ocean and all the animals swimming about, the strangeness of the underwater dome cities, the little thing just above Everett's head. See if you can figure that one out. All these things are because of Chris's vision added to my description. As a reader, I imagine you might think, that's what I want, Bill. Or at least I'm hoping you do. So enjoy the painting, enjoy the cover, and if you're writing your own book, I highly suggest you make a personal contact with an artist and make it. I don't suggest getting an artist off the internet, a random person you don't know, because there's a high chance that they would just turn to an AI and make your cover for you, and then you fail to do the whole thing. Make a contact yourself with an artist. Best thing you can do. Okay, so now we're at this point. We're going to release the book, but we have a few more steps to do. Like I said, we're still waiting for the samples to come in. I have to approve that. If there's any mistakes, I have to correct them. But we are preparing for how we're going to release it. Everyone watching this vlog, I know you're all ready. It's like, shut up, Bill. Give me the link. I want to buy it now. I understand. No worries. I'm listening to you. But we have to get to the ones that don't know the vlog. We have to get to the ones who are not watching the Facebook, doesn't see my website. I'll need your help for that too, and I'm going to give you the materials to do so. We are building a social media campaign on multiple channels, and then we're going to build up this campaign to build up excitement for the book. And then when we are releasing the book, we are thinking about doing some publication specials. In the next slide, I'll tell you what I'm thinking about. So I intend to release all the formats you see in this picture, maybe not on the exact same day, but as soon as we approve the samples. You will see that the four formats are going to be an ebook, a hardback, a trade paperback, and a pocketbook. I don't really control the pricing very much. There is some demands from Lulu.com for global pricing, so the book's pricing range is a little bit out of my control. But I know that I'm going to be releasing on Lulu.com the ebook, the hardcover, the trade paperback, and pocketbook at those fixed prices. For the release, once we have samples that are approved, then we're going to schedule a publication day. And that publication day, we're going to, for the 7 days before, we're going to release a social media campaign consisting of 7 exciting reels with a little bit of touch of the music, and then put all that music up on the website. Each day, new song. On the final day of the release, which I will make a vlog for, the vlog will be the release epicenter. We will activate the Lulu store. All the products that have been approved will be available for you to purchase already. There might be a delay on the hardcover. And I am thinking of everybody who buys a hardcover book from Lulu, or hardcover, trade paperback, or pocketbook from Lulu.com, provide me with proof of purchase, and I will send you an ebook for free. This will only go for a month. This is not definite yet. This is what we're thinking about. If you have some ideas on it, please do feel free to drop that into the comments. Otherwise, this will be a discussion I keep having with my publication partners. But you see, the idea here is release, idea, get out. What will happen after I release the publication date? Lulu.com will push the book to the online distributors. The online distributors will evaluate the products, and if it meets their standards, they will then begin the process to host them on their platform. It can be from 2 weeks to 8 weeks based upon their processes and platforms. And we're talking about Bowl.com, we're talking about Amazon, we're talking about Apple, we're talking about Barnes and Nobles, we're talking about Kodo, we're talking about the full release. I've enabled this release to the whole world. Any place that these distributors can go, you can go online and buy the book locally from them. Or you can go to lulu.com and buy directly. As I get the most profit from lulu.com. Just saying. However, if it's easier for you to get it from Amazon, get it from Amazon. I don't mind. The promotion date is pending. We will not release that until we are sure we're happy with the samples. But it's coming. And updates. Okay. So, as I've said in the vlog already, we are currently waiting for the samples to be received that we've gotten coming in from Lulu.com in the mail. Once we do, then we will take a look at reviewing the formats, that there's no print errors, the cover quality is good, and if need be, make adjustments and get new samples to make sure. I don't want to put bad product in your hands. Book 2, I've started to rewrite, and I'm on chapter 12. And the idea is that I go through the entire book, do a rewrite, and then I present that to my beta reader. And then while the beta reader is busy doing the beta read, I'm going to start book 3. As I already have, the scene index for book 3 is now complete. I know what I want to write all the scenes on. I have a very good idea of starting the chapters. I am clear with my characters. Book 3 is waiting in the wings going, write me, Bill. Book 4 still has some massive brainstorms happening, but some big brainstorms are happening. My brain is hurting, but it's getting ready for a scene index as well. However, I have 2 books to produce before I get there, so that will be next year. Books 5, 6, and 7, their ideas are also constantly spinning. I put them into my notes when I get them. I have some very good processes, going to use the 36 stories. I'm going to interweave the editors into the 3 books, and it's going to be an amazing journey. But again, I have 3 books to write before I get there. Now, once book 1 is out, I'm just not going to say, here it is, and just stay with book 2. I'm actually going to do some promotion. I'm going to start off with putting my book into some physical stores here in The Hague, Netherlands, for store consignments. If you live in this region, then I'll let you know when they are there, and if they do well, then they may even let me do a read, and then maybe an author signature. We are also looking at a number of fairs in the Netherlands that we will look at doing, that we will release when we decide to confirm it and go forward with it, and then at that point still sell book 1. Wow. My head is spinning that I'm going to be meeting you guys. Many of you are my friends or people I've known for a long time. Many of you don't know who I am, and this is an opportunity. If you're outside the Netherlands, it may be difficult for you to meet me at this point. Help me sell 1 million copies, and I'll probably start doing events over in US or in France or something. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. I hope you're enjoying this journey. Share with your friends. Let's get more subscribers here. Let's get everybody motivated and educated. I also am happy to talk to people about writing, and I've already started talking with one young lady about writing, so it's there. I'm a teacher for a long time, and maybe that will be something I move into, but we'll see. You will help me decide if I'm going to do that because I have to be a successful author if people are going to take my teaching seriously. That's it for this week. Next week, I'll hopefully have some more incredible information for you. Have a great week. Bill out.
The wind speaks in a language older than words. I stand here, bark worn thin by years. The earth holds me when the sky tries to tear